Hello, everyone. This is your Tuesday edition of Weather Where You Are. I'm meteorologist Ella Dorsey. Gross. That's the way to describe the weather right now and over the next couple of days. But that's not what I wanted to start with. I like kind of going a little off just the local weather when I do these segments because I have free range to talk about other interesting things that are happening. So today I wanted to start with Colorado State. They issued their hurricane outlook for this upcoming season. That's not the same as NOAA. The official one is issued by NOAA, and that we expect that one in a few weeks. However, Colorado State is a very good source and highly reputable as well. And the reason that I wanted to show you guys this is because they issued the highest outlook or the most active season ever in history. So they think that the season is going to be extremely active. In a typical season, we see 14 named storms, 7 hurricanes, and 3 major hurricanes. They have predicted 23 named storms. That's most of the alphabet, guys, okay? 11 hurricanes and 5 major hurricanes. Now, just to give you guys some perspective, this was this past season in 2023. It was pretty active. We saw 20 named storms, only 7 hurricanes, though, and 3 major hurricanes. So pretty average, maybe just slightly above average season. So they're expecting this next season to be extremely active. And the reason for that is just how warm the ocean water is. In February 2024, we broke an all-time record for the average sea surface temperature across the world. And it's not good. It's one of the main ingredients that you need for hurricanes is you need sea surface temperatures at about 80 degrees. So I wanted to show you current sea surface temperatures because March, April is kind of when the water is the coldest because we're just ending winter, right? So usually down in the Gulf of Mexico, which is still pretty warm, right? But at this time of year, the ocean water is sitting somewhere at about 68 to 78 degrees. But you can see the only area that's in the 60s, it sees water temperatures in the 60s right now, is that little tiny area of yellow you see up by kind of Destin and Panama City. The rest of the Gulf is sitting between 75 and 80 degrees right now. And then when you go down south of like Cuba and the Dominican Republic, you get into sea surface temperatures sitting in the mid-80s, which would already support hurricane development. So we could see some storms even before technically the hurricane season begins on June 1st. The reason the season begins on June 1st is that's usually when the water is warm enough to support these storms, but it's probably going to be warm enough to support hurricane formation, by May, in a month or so. So that's definitely something that we're going to watch. And, of course, when NOAA issues its outlook in a few weeks, we'll bring that to you. But it does look like it could end up being a pretty active hurricane season. We're also coming out of an El Nino. Strong El Ninos kind of create a lot of wind shear at high levels in the atmosphere, and they can sometimes prevent hurricanes. Because we're coming out of an El Nino, we think that that may not be the case. So these storms may not get sheared off. So just a couple of different things working together that may bring us a really pretty scary hurricane season this year. So that's something, again, that we will be watching through the coming weeks. All right, here's a look at the radar. It's a mess. It is a mess across the south. Can you imagine if this was yesterday? Thank God this isn't when the eclipse happened, right? Definitely some severe weather happening over in Texas. It looks good to go here right now. It's just light rain. Wanted to show you just a still image of First Alert Radar. Still raining pretty heavily in the mountains, but it's mostly dry in metro Atlanta. That's not going to be the case all afternoon, although I don't think we're going to see widespread rain. You're probably going to see a stray shower or two, okay, through the afternoon hours. Other than that, it'll be cloudy. However, if you have evening plans, 6 to 9 p.m. tonight, Braves game, dinner plans, I do see a wave of rain highly possible in the later hours of the evening. So hour by hour, again, some spotty showers. Taking you through the overnight hours, this is supposed to stop. I did not add pause points. So I will just explain it to you. Okay, spotty showers through the afternoon. a wave of rain this evening. Overnight, maybe a stray shower or two. Tomorrow actually looks mainly dry. I think we'll even see some sunshine tomorrow afternoon. This is a snapshot of tomorrow at 5 p.m. 80 degrees. So tomorrow's not too bad, but tomorrow is a first alert weather day because storms will arrive late tomorrow night, and there's just a small risk of severe storms. So look, there's 5 p.m. tomorrow. It's dry here in Georgia, but there is like a significant storm system working its way across the south. It will reach us here around 9 or 10 p.m. in West Georgia, moving into Metro a little bit after midnight. The good news is the severe weather threat with this system, much lower than last week's tornado outbreak system that we saw. Reason for that, the low pressure is up to the north. It's kind of broken off from the storms when they move through, so the energy is really to our north. So we're not going to see it, by the time these storms reach us overnight, they're going to lose a lot of their energy. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty messy overnight, possibly even a pretty rainy morning commute. But generally by like 10 or 11 a.m., most of the heavy rain will move out. It's still going to be showery on Thursday. But again, I'm not expecting a widespread severe weather outbreak, at least here. This is the current Storm Prediction Center's severe outlook for tomorrow. You can see that bullseye is down near New Orleans and Mississippi. That is kind of the new Dixie Alley, the new tornado alley, if you will, is right there where those storms are likely to form. But again, by the time they reach us in the overnight hours, they've lost a lot of heating of the day. The parent low is displaced from the main system. I've looked, I do not think we're going to see strong storms here. We are currently under a very low level 1 out of 5 risk for severe weather, which means a stray strong storm is possible. Now, down towards Heard County, LaGrange, you're under a level 2. There may be some damaging winds as the system reaches you a little bit earlier in the night, more around 10 or 11. But again, I wouldn't have your guard up. I don't think you need to be worried, okay? And I had a very different tone when I was talking to you guys about these storms last week. So moderate risk for flooding, low risk for lightning, wind, and tornado. Of course, we'll be watching that. It could change a little bit. I don't expect it to change a lot, okay? Here's the rainfall totals through Thursday. We're looking at about an additional inch, maybe 1.5 inches of rain, but there are some certain spots, and you can see in orange in there, that could get over 2 inches. So flash flooding will be a concern, especially Thursday morning for the morning commute. But really, again, I'm not too worried about this system. It is going to impact the first day of play for the Masters, though. Thursday looks really kind of messy over in Augusta, with showers continuing through the day. And Friday's going to be very windy in Augusta. So those 2 days, weather may impact the play, but Saturday and Sunday, man, I mean, just doesn't get better. Upper 70s to mid 80s with like real low humidity. And that's going to be the case here as well. It looks super nice, guys. So I'm going to have that 7-day forecast for you. I'm doing the noon show coming up here in about 20 minutes on Atlanta News First at noon, okay? So we'll be going through the latest data of the storm system headed our way, but I kind of just gave you guys the down low. I would still love for you to join me in just a few minutes on Atlanta News First. Okay, y'all. I hope you have a great day today. Some point this week, I'm going to do my winter wrap-up. I did not have a chance to do it last week, but I did all of this, like, if you guys watch my winter forecast, I completely busted it. I called for, like, the coldest winter in, like, a decade, and it was not that. We didn't see a single snowfall event. So then I wanted to, understand why. Why did the climatology that I had looked at, it didn't play out at all? Why? So some really interesting things to talk about. We'll talk about that tomorrow. So I hope I'll see you then, okay? For now, see you in 20 minutes on Atlanta News First. Hope you guys have a great day. Stay dry.